In this screencast, you will learn to apply important information to show understanding. Now, when doing this, the key part is that this is a fancy way of saying summarizing. And so really what you're actually asking yourself is, what are the author's key messages that we need to get across? So below here, you have an argument here that we will read out loud, and then we can go through as we go through and highlight the most important pieces. Now, a really important thing to do when you're thinking about summarizing information, you need to know the type of genre. So this particular approach works particularly for arguments in other non-fiction texts. There's quite a different approach when we start looking at things like narratives. So I have this paragraph in front of me. Another war in the Middle East is something most of the world does not want, but the slow motion slide towards one shows no signs of stopping as Iran continues to defy all calls to hold its nuclear development program. A low-level proxy war has already been running for some time now, with the targeted assassination of an Iranian nuclear scientist, widely believed to have been perpetrated by Israel, and retaliatory attacks on Israeli diplomats in India, Thailand, and Georgia carried out by Iranians last week. Now, because I know in an argument the introduction is the piece that tells me, clearly states what the argument is about, this very first statement here is a very important one, because this is what tells me what the whole thing's about. Okay, let's move on to the next piece. Few believe that sanctions recently imposed by the United States and Europe on Iranian oil exports and the country's financial institutions will bring the regime to its senses. Diplomats point out that sanctions alone have never worked, even against economies far weaker than Iran's, as Iran moves more out of its nuclear resources deep underground, where they would be invulnerable to conventional weapons. Now, this paragraph is quite a long paragraph, but I am going to stop there. One of the things I know about arguments is that the very first sentence in each of the body paragraphs is a topic sentence. The topic sentence tells me what that entire paragraph is going to be about. So I can use this as a bit of a shortcut to summarizing what the argument's about, simply by highlighting that one there. There's the topic sentence. That tells me what that paragraph's about. If I go further down here, my next paragraph, oops, I might have gone a little bit far there. Nope, I haven't. The next paragraph, Iran insists that its nuclear program, which was begun by the Shah of Iran before he was overthrown by a radical Islamist in 1979, is for the entirely peaceful and prudent purpose of providing an alternative domestic energy source. Okay, and I can again highlight that piece there. That's an important part because it's the topic sentence of the paragraph. Go down to the next piece. US President Barack Obama has said that sanctions must be given to work, and he and other top figures in the administration have put unprecedented pressure on Israel not to act precipitately. Again, same thing again. And because it's the topic sentence, but the president is also acutely sensitive, particularly in a presidential election year, to the pro-Israel vote in the US, and to that end has said that the US continues to stand shoulder to shoulder with Israel. Again, that is the topic sentence, so I can highlight that piece. And then I have the conclusion. So really, if you go back over the steps, the introduction, well, the key points are, if you know what the structure of a text and how it's structured, you can summarize it very quickly. First thing is, in an argument, introduction tells me what the argument's about, and then each of the body paragraphs has a topic sentence which tells me what the whole paragraph is going to be about.